We have made our way over to the kitchen with a Hallmark Channel superstar who is here to serve up a perfect winter treat in honor of her upcoming movie. Welcome our dear friend, Lacey Chabert. Welcome, Lacey. This is very exciting. Very exciting. Debbie, Ken, Paige are going to dive in with our yummy hot chocolate. Go ahead, guys. You enjoy. We are here to celebrate your Hallmark Channel original movie, Winter in Vail. I've already talked about how much I love Vail. I'm so excited for you in this movie. Tell us a little bit about your character and what happens in the film.
Well, in the beginning of the film, we find Chelsea, and she's not thrilled with her job. She's kind of at a crossroad in her life. She unexpectedly finds out that her uncle, who recently passed, gave her his chalet in Vail.
Whoa.
So at this point, she decides, you know what? I'm going to throw caution to the wind and make a radical decision and pack up my car and go. So I get to Vail. I meet Owen, played by Tyler Hines.
Yeah.
And he shows me around, and I really end up falling in love with the town and my new life there, and possibly someone also.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to give it away.
Just the town?
Just maybe.
I've always said
I'm not going to spoil it.
I've always said this, and you guys have heard me at home. I've always said that Vail is literally like a Hallmark movie, just in itself.
And now it is.
And now it literally is.
Genuinely, everything about Vail. I mean, it's a pedestrian town.
Yes.
The small shops and the coffee stands and the hot chocolate, bars. Like, it was just beautiful. I felt like I was in a real life Hallmark movie.
I love it.
It's the perfect
and
place to be.
I've mentioned that as well earlier. Now, we're going to see a clip right now that inspired this DIY. This is where you and Owen are making hot chocolate in a very unique way. So let's have a look.
It's our version of hot chocolate here at the Sebastian.
Chef Laura has won pretty much every award there is to win for her desserts.
Oh, but it's just hot chocolate, right?
Easy.
It sounds simple, but wait. We start with shells. We fill them with Irish cream marshmallows and chocolate crunch pearls.
Look at her. Like a Rembrandt.
It's very precise.
I know.
After that, we dust them with gold.
Wait, real gold? You're kidding.
She never kids.
That look amazing. You are a chocolate magician. That's basically what this comes down to. And we are going to make this together right here, right now. Yes. And before we do, you guys are freaking out.
Wait, right? I was like shocked. I did not know what was happening.
It is some sort of Christmas holiday wintry explosion in your mouth.
It's a New Year's miracle.
It's a New Year's miracle is what it is. Okay, we are going to start, just like you saw in the clip, we're going to start with our chocolate spheres, the shells of this magic, okay? So what we've done here, we melted a little bit of chocolate, the chocolate of your choice, whatever you like, and we're going to start filling these shells. And the idea is, obviously, we're not going to be doing them to make them solid. I'll do that, and then you can spread that around, Lacey. How about that? You can just use that, spread it around.
Yes, it's just going to be a shell that we're going to fill.
Okay, very good.
So it just needs to be very thinly spread around, but thick enough where it's not going to break when we take it out.
Well done, that's perfect. And then we're going to freeze these up.
When we were doing it on set, like the first take, it actually worked, and the sphere melted, and I was like, whoa, wow, it was amazing.
I know.
Yeah,
Part of the beauty.
I was so excited. They're like, you can tone down the reaction a little bit. I was like, that was just amazing to me that it worked.
So now we're going to pop these out, right?
Yes, this is the scary part, but it's not that scary. You
Okay,
just have to
very
very gently roll back the mold.
There you go. And what we'll do is we'll just get 4 out, so we have 2 halves each, okay?
Yes.
I'll let you do that.
Go.
And then what we do after that, we get these beautiful little half spherical shells.
Yeah, say that a few times.
And then we're going to fill it with some dehydrated marshmallows.
They taste like the marshmallows that are in a cereal.
And some,
I was gonna say that.
That's what they taste like.
and some little crunch pearls. These are little candied pearls.
Chocolate crunch pearls.
Now, in order for these 2 halves to stick together, these 2 little spheres, we're going to dip it in the melted chocolate.
Very good.
And that becomes the glue that keeps these guys together. Isn't this so much fun?
Yes,
And in case I didn't mention it
this.
before, obviously that mold there's got to be a silicone mold because it's malleable, right? You can use it. So that way you get these guys out here. Now, before we freeze them again, we got to do this little detail. I know you're
this is my
excited about
favorite
this.
part.
You do this part.
Real gold.
Real gold.
She never jokes.
Only real gold. Only the finest.
Exactly.
And then you can just dust it like that.
A little edible gold dust.
This
Or
is
you could
very
actually-
reminiscent of those very expensive chocolates that we all buy for people as gifts. I'm just saying.
Yes.
We don't mess
And
around
we can
over
make
here.
these ourselves now at home.
Beautiful.
Half the price, I think.
Back into the freezer. Let this all come together so that little glue freezes and holds your little chocolate sphere together.
Okay.
And now we've got these guys. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put these aside for a moment, and we actually have to make the hot chocolate that these are gonna be mixed with, right? So
Yes,
we've got a little bit of the milk warmed up on the
Yes.
stove. And now, before we add the rest of the milk, we're gonna put in our spices, our chopped up chocolate, our cocoa, and our sugar. And we've got a little bit of vanilla. Why don't you put it in while I tell you what it is? We got some
Absolutely.
vanilla,
And obviously,
some salt. I think it's the spices that you guys love so
Yes.
much. A little bit of salt in there too. We've got some cardamom.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you can taste the
Yummy.
cardamom.
Some cloves, which are pretty powerful, so just a little bit.
Yes.
Some anise. A little, do you get that licorice in there?
Nice, a little
Isn't that
bit.
yummy?
And then a good amount of
Gives-
cinnamon, one of my favorite things in the world. Okay, so you're mixing that together. Now, in order for that to really get incorporated, we're gonna add the chocolate in there, because that way the fat from the chocolate really helps it become incorporated into the milk before you add the rest of the liquid. That's
You're
the
doing
trick.
this on a very low heat too, so that the milk doesn't scald.
Okay.
So that was your chocolate of choice, and then some cocoa powder as well.
Chocolate and cocoa powder.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why
that's
it's so rich.
Right, yes. Why
rich.
stop with just the chips when you can have the powder too?
And a little bit of sugar, of course, but not too much. Actually, that's not a lot, really.
This
is
is
it?
this is something that I would imagine drinking in a ski lodge in
Yes.
Vail, perhaps, after you've been skiing all day and you
Yes.
take
That
your
is
boots
the-
off and you get all cozy and
That's the
the
part
best.
of skiing that I'm good at. Yeah. The skiing, not so much.
Après ski.
The drinking the hot beverages.
Now we're gonna add the rest
That's the fun
of
part.
the milk right in there like that. Once it's already come together, incorporate a little bit.
And all of it's just regular milk, no cream or anything.
Yeah, just regular milk. So now we each have our special little
This is so
magic
fun.
chocolate sphere in there.
This is the best part. This is fun to
And
do with
now-
your kids too.
no.
We will get to enjoy.
Oh my gosh.
So exciting.
I know, it's so exciting.
Wow.
There it is. Can we see that?
And
All
look,
coming
it's
together?
starting
It's
to
gonna
melt.
Oh, it's so cool.
And then everything, all the marshmallows,
Starts to come to the top.
the marshmallows and the little crunchy pearls are
Like a
gonna come
little
out.
surprise.
And there you go.
There it is. How great is that?
So much fun.
Oh
Just
my
wait till you
goodness.
have your first sip.
Cameron, I'm impressed.
Cheers.
Very good job.
I learned from the
Cheers.
best.
Done,
I learned from the
guys.
best right here.
You all will be very impressed as well, and you can find this recipe at hallmarkchannel.com. And perhaps you can even make this recipe
It's so yummy.
while you are watching the premiere of Winter in Vail on Hallmark Channel this Saturday night at 9 p.m. And